Hey guys! Users are fleeing the Bitcoin network and choosing Litecoin. In 60 days, halving is taking place, and analysts are predicting the LTC token to plummet on this background. To what values can LTC grow? Why Bitcoin is already losing to this coin and how to earn on it? Let's find out now! Litecoin continues to grow as the halving date approaches, and it's a coin to watch out for sure. At the beginning of May, I made a video where I analyzed the history of creation of Litecoin and analyzed the behavior of LTC price before and after the halving. If you don't know what Litecoin is, be sure to check out the video. And now I would like to show you why Litecoin replaced Bitcoin in some issues, and this is just the beginning. As you may have noticed, last month Bitcoin transactions grew a lot due to launching NFT. It was getting to the point where people were paying $20 to $30 per Bitcoin transaction. It's a little better now, but there are still 275,000 transactions in the queue waiting to be processed. And that's a problem if you need to send Bitcoins to someone quickly. Where do you think people will go if Bitcoin is overloaded? That's right, Litecoin. This blockchain is 8 times faster than Bitcoin, and the transaction cost is only 1 cent, which of course is much more attractive than its competitor. As a result, the Litecoin network processed more transactions than Bitcoin on May 25th. This is a signal that digital silver is still alive and has a chance to overtake digital gold in some respects. Let me reassure you, transactions and fees are not the only things Litecoin has got ahead of the first cryptocurrency. Since May 8th, the LTC token has surged 26% against BTC, showing its strength. Not many cryptocurrencies can show strength during Bitcoin's strongest season, but Litecoin is an exception, and that's why I'm talking about it. Why has Litecoin been rising against the market for a year now, and what event could crash the LTC price in the next 60 days? We'll talk about that further in the video, but for now I want to see how many of our viewers are long-term investors. Give this video a thumbs up if you consider yourself a long-term investor. I want to see at least 300 people here making big money during the next bull market soon. In 60 days, the Litecoin network is going to experience an event called halving. Since this blockchain was created as a cheaper and faster copy of Bitcoin, Litecoin also has halving. It is a process during which the reward per block that miners receive is reduced. In simple terms, the inflation of LTC tokens is reduced, which is positive for the price in the long run. Now miners are getting 12.5 LTC for doing a math problem, but in 2 months the reward will decrease to 6.25 LTC. Everything is like Bitcoin, only 3 years later. In fact, few people are interested in halving from a technical point of view. For most people, halving is an event that increases the price of a token, in our case, LTC. So now let's analyze Litecoin's growth potential before and after the halving. Let's start with a forecast of a popular crypto analyst, Michael van de Poppe. He believes that LTC needs to overcome a strong resistance at $93, and then a bullish rally will begin. The nearest support zone, according to him, is at $82. If you look at the current chart, the price has already broken through $93 and made a small pullback. Such pullbacks often happen to fool the bears and make everyone think that the trend is over. I don't think so yet, and that's why I tweeted about why Litecoin might surge. If you want to get market analytics here and now, be sure to subscribe to our Twitter. You can click the link in the description box. Let's look at history first. Litecoin's past halving also took place during a bear market. Back then, the price hit the $150 mark, after which it continued to drop all the way to the start of the bull market in late 2020. If you look closely, the price peaked on June 20, that is, a month and a half before the halving. Why is that? Usually investors buy a token long before a significant event and then sell it a couple of days or weeks before X day. That causes the price to start falling before the halving. The same pattern may repeat this year. I don't exclude that Litecoin price will reach its local peak on June 20 to 25, after which will start the drop. However, this is just my speculation, not financial advice. What price can LTC reach this summer? Based on past experience and current market conditions, I expect the token to rise no higher than $150. This has historically been a strong resistance zone and the peak of the past halving. Of course, if the Bitcoin network continues to suffer because of NFT, more people will start using Litecoin, which could lead to more price growth. But for now, LTC is rising very moderately, and the market leaves a lot to be desired. When might the price peak occur? It is very likely that the peak will be just before the halving. You can clearly see that by the rising trend since last July. People were buying LTC hoping to sell in a year during the halving. And now the year has passed, the price went up, and many will start to sell soon, if they haven't already. On the daily chart, I see a liquidity accumulation around $100. If the breakout occurs, it will be sharp, and many people will not have time to buy LTC. But the pullback will also be fast. So, if you trade LTC, you should keep your hand on the pulse. We expect a volatile market in the coming months. I often show charts of altcoins in relation to Bitcoin. This helps to more accurately gauge the asset's dynamics against the market. If you look at a chart of Litecoin versus Bitcoin, you can see how the price has moved out of a long sideways trend and is preparing to skyrocket. If the price holds at the current level, it may continue to rise against Bitcoin in the near future. Otherwise, a local peak in LTC price has already occurred. Monitor this chart closely. It will give you a hint about the future of LTC. Why do you think the maximum LTC price could be during the next bull cycle? I found a chart on Twitter where an analyst predicts the growth of token to $4,000 already in 2025. It certainly looks possible, but if you think about it, $4,000 is just the price of Bitcoin at the bottom of the last cycle. Can't Litecoin at its peak be worth as much as Bitcoin at the bottom of the market? I think it can, but definitely not soon. Finally, I'd like to mention another hidden reason for LTC's rising that I described in my video about a week ago. On June 1, Hong Kong legalized cryptocurrency and allowed investors to put money into some crypto assets. So, in addition to Ethereum and Bitcoin, Hong Kong residents can now legally invest in Litecoin, and this is additional capital for the growth of the asset. Guys, share in the comments why you're interested in Litecoin. Just to make money, for the technology, or another reason? I'm eager to find out. And don't forget to subscribe to our Twitter. Click the link in the description box. Thanks for watching your Coin Post.